Hi there, Cancers. How are you? Welcome to your you and them reading. This is a reading focusing on you and your person, whoever that is, right? Boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, ex, crush, whoever you're thinking about, whoever your person is. That's what this is about. Let's look at you and your person. This is the Aquarian Tarot deck. Spirit and Universe, what are the messages for Cancers and their person? Energies representing their person, challenges, benefits, and outcome. I'm keeping these quite short on the generals. If you do order it, though, it is close to a 30-minute reading. We go into a lot more detail. Okay, so this is your energy. Judgment, Nine of Cups reversed, Eight of Pentacles, and King of Cups reversed. Now, at the bottom of the deck, we do have the Knight of Wands reversed. So, Cancers, this has to do your overall energy, for the whole reading, really, both of you. Because the bottom of the deck is the Knight of Wands reversed. This is really saying stay put. Okay? Pause and stay put for right now. Okay, so with that in mind, right, we have Judgment. Right? So this answer that you're seeking is going to become very clear to you. For your energy, you either really need an answer or it's definitely coming to you. All right? Nine of Cups reversed, feeling as if you're not getting everything that you want. Okay? Not necessarily wishes not coming true, but there's you're definitely taking a pause. You're not sure of something. So you're focusing on work, delving into your extracurricular activities, delving into work, focusing on you, what you're doing. Focus, 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 focus. Okay? Because something happened or is happening that's causing you, Cancers, to be very upset, frustrated, wanting to kind of spin the situation in your favor. All right. So you're I get the sense that you're kind of ruminating as you're working. And maybe this is actually what you're doing. You're like pulling away from them and focusing on work as part of a tactic to get them to kind of come towards you or give you some sort of answer. Okay. Interesting. We might pull a clarifier on some of these for you in a minute. Okay, let's look at your person. Eight of Wands, Star reversed, the Empress, and the Four of Wands. All right, Cancer. So your person, right? Um, they definitely are trying to talk or want to talk, right? They could also be busy with their life, going here and there. It's the holidays in America. It's the holidays. I was going to say in America, but it's kind of the holidays everywhere. There's Christianity at least. So it's the holidays. We're going into the new year. And so they could just be going to and fro with that. But I sense the way that these are directing towards the future, towards the future, towards the future is really has to do with the fact that they need some sort of closure or some sort of communication from you because they're losing faith in the relationship. They're losing faith. They might be very frustrated. They might need some healing or some closure. But there is definitely an essence of wanting to start anew. They want to put all this work in and have something to celebrate with you. So they're very charmed with the idea of a future and putting work in with you. So I don't know, and possibly Cancers, um, the fact that you're not really paying them much attention, because you're focusing. You're not the happiest person with them right now, but whatever you're doing with this is a direct correlation to how you're kind of switching the scenario into your favor. Okay, let's look at the challenge, benefit, and outcomes. Now, again, if you were to order this private reading, it would be much longer. We'd go into a whole bunch more detail. All right. Challenge is strength. It's an interesting challenge. Benefit is the Three of Cups, and the outcome is the Nine of Wands reversed. Okay. I can clearly see why the outcome is the Nine of Wands reversed, because Nine of Wands, and the Knight of Wands says, just like we said, pause, don't do anything yet, right? Keep everything status quo. Keep everything status quo until, okay? Um, because the outcome is one or both of you are going to decide to not put additional work in. Now, this is just in the short term, right? Month and a half. So we all have a ton of stuff going on, family, friends, buying presents, all this stuff, food, right? So keep everything status quo and then decide later if you want to continue putting forth a lot of effort into this, right? They're certain that they do. But the more you pull away from them, the more they're going to, in the immediate term, want this. And then if you continue pulling away, they may decide that it's just not worth it. Okay, you really could be dealing with a fire sign as well. Now, the challenge is the Strength card, because this is where we get into trying to show somebody so much how strong that we are, so they respect us, so they want to be with us, right? But instead of being vulnerable around them, which is a very good, healthy thing to do around a loved one or somebody of interest, um, by not showing vulnerabilities, it actually acts as a barrier, right? This is a front almost. That's why this is a challenge. Okay. Now it's good to be strong. It's good to have yourself in control and be in control of yourself. However, too much of that without letting the guard down is going to really, in the long term, act as a barrier. Okay. Now, the benefit is the Three of Cups. So you two probably really do well, right? The vibe is good between you when it's very social, right? I think there's a lot of things that need to be discussed. Um, you're pausing, which is, it's good that you're doing that. But there are a lot of things that need to be discussed in the meantime. And, but take some time. In the meantime, keep things status quo, keep things light. Okay. This is the benefit, to keep things light. You can deal with all this kind of nitty gritty stuff, under the surface level stuff later. And I'm not telling you to this isn't saying shove it under the rug. This is saying it's going to help with all of it. Okay. None of this has to be resolved today, right away. Okay. All right, Cancers, I love you so much. I will see you in my annuals. Those are coming up later this week. I'll talk to you later. Bye.